Whoa! And today I want to talk about spinning, spinning around, spinning. I'm living here in Holland, and in Holland they have another word for spider. Spider in Dutch is spin, and it is the same word as in spinning. One's mind can spinning, and when I think about spinning, I also think about turning. And of course, the moon is turning around. Well, then I'm talking about her. Mm, she she is a wonderful spinner. Well, at first it doesn't look like she was spinning at all. Some will say she was a horse, and horses they just, well, walk. They don't spin. But at another level, I think this was then a spinning horse. Like, she was not really the kind of horse that was from one direction to another direction. She was the kind of horse that was standing still, and there was this, well, spinning. That's the word. And there are so many appearances. So one could say, I think you see it shortly if you picture the diving bell spider. The diving bell spider is a spider, of course, who is not only making a web like a wheel. Here you see a spinning wheel, and it is a kind of spider that is building a web in a bubble. So it is a 3D web that is completely spinning around. And this spider is on the horse and is on the collection of horses. One could say a car, a train filled with cars, or a caravan. A caravan, well, I don't know, a whole bunch of them horses. And then it is a train, and the train can be seen as a dinosaur, a long-necked dinosaur. And the train can erect, and then you have a skyscraper, erected train, and all the people on the seats in the train, all the drivers in the car, they are all seats, and then they're all standing up in the skyscraper tower on levels and floors, and then you got the whole train erected. So there is, and then of course there is sacrifice going on, and the skyscraper gets holy and starts talking about holy things, and then the skyscraper and the old dinosaur can turn into a cathedral. And on all these horses, because basically what we're talking about is still horses, there is then behind the thing that the spinning diving bell spider, which has of course itself not an image or an appearance. It is the one behind, and all these single seats, single horses, single cars, day by day, they get collected by this diving bell spider. And that is, well, she is as big then as a cathedral. And there I saw her. There we can start this trip from inside the cathedral in London, the St. Paul's Cathedral. And inside that cathedral there is buried Margaret Thatcher. That is where we start, and of course we're talking about a big lady, prime minister, and the mirror of all the women, all reflections of all. And then, of course, inside the cathedral. But now we can see there is behind there is some more, and that is the diving bell spider. And the diving bell spider, and the moment she will see through all these mirrors, which can be like a tower, like Burj Khalifa Tower. If you see that tower, then all those windows, they are all mirrors, single mirrors of everyday seat of that single car mirrors, or big mirrors, standing mirrors. And that's the way well, people build the world around her. She is seated there, the first lady, the prime minister, and everything is built around her. She is the heart of what eventually then is the cathedral. Another link is, of course, the situation when she is no longer the prime minister, but she becomes the queen. And then everything is also built around her. But I'm not sure which heart is actually bigger. Well, I'm talking about Lady Di now, and I believe, well, Lady Di was doing something Margaret Thatcher would never do. Because, well, some say Lady Di then is a traitor. She left everything, and she simply turned away, and she started another life with a man they regarded as the Well, I don't know. The Bush wars were already going on. I don't know, but later on, the Arabian world will more and more be considered the opponent. And we've got the Gulf Wars. We got all these things going on, terrorists, stuff like that. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But she simply turned away from one side to another, and that makes her a traitor, of course, they will say, or but it will make her bigger than Margaret Thatcher, because she was then in well, in the cathedral. Um, Now I would like to go on from that moment, and then I will say, well, I think so. At first I say it's a diving bell spider. I call astrologer, and then there is a lot more, I think, because instead of uh, going into the Arabian world and then starting to write from, well, that's what they do. They're writing not from right to left, but then everything is turned around and they start writing left from left to right. That is what. But it would be even a bigger thing when she would be writing uh, from right to left and from left to right, and then would compare it with, well, I got a dandelion microphone here, and well, I can hold it up like an ice cream, or I can uh, turn it upside down, and then you see that it doesn't really matter that much. And so the Lady Di move is not even the end of the story, and I believe right now we can see there is a bigger story going on when Lady Di would go to, let's say, Barbados or something. Barbados, so there is no longer the well the the other oil business, but it's just some, well, tropical island or something. Um, well, and then we come, of course, to very close to the world of Rihanna. Uh, Barbados is part of UK, so Rihanna, she was grown up like an English girl, high school stuff like that, learned English, and so the island is uh, related to the UK. So there is the extension, because when she would go to Arabian countries, then well, we have seen what will happen then. But the extension is now Rihanna, and then Rihanna is talking about her fans, and her fans are the Navy. Uh, so she is the admiral of the fleet. probably the Starfleet or something, and that's the new thing. So and that new thing I can put down in the story too, because then the ever turning diving bell spider astrology, which looked like she can write from left to right and right from right to left, so everything is possible. It's possible to turn everything, every word, everything is turn. It's a globe, it's a ball, and it's always turning, ever turning world. But where does these appearances then stop? And then of course someone will say it ends with the diving bell spider. There it will end. But that's not true, because the diving bell spider, together with this dandelion microphone and this talking endlessly, will get, I call it crossed, will get crossed by the waterstrider. So there, the diving bell spider ends. And the one could say the dandelion is no longer growing up to the sun, but is turned around, and then it looks like the dandelion is rising rising upside down from the bubble of the diving bell spider, and the roots of this dandelion, that's the waterstrider, and that's the new thing. So the waterstrider crosses the diving bell spider, and the waterstrider is at first on the same pond as where is the pond snail, but she is also she will go to and then we are related to Rihanna, to the navy and to the sea, and then it's a marine water strider, and then there it ends, I believe. So there the story of Rihanna also will get a certain ending, because she has to see this and then she will come to me, and that is the marine water strider, then who has now the complete vision about who she is, the heart-coeur, I know the heart-coeur, French connection, Paris, heart-coeur. She's the heart-coeur, she's the heart of the moon, and basically she's the heart of everything. And I'm related to the moon, of course, and it is important for me to know about the heart, and I believe sometimes that I have seen all this before she has seen herself. So basically now I'm playing her. I'm playing her and telling her how she will be tomorrow, when she has found out all these things. I already found out, because I was on a track eventually more successful than her tracks. But everything had to be this way, so it's not she everything she does is important too. So for example, I will never pop up on a screen and then tell her all this. No, I'm just telling it to on my channel, and maybe somebody will tell her, and that's possible. But I won't force to tell it to her directly. I won't force her. So well, that's the situation then. And when she is then the marine water strider, then it is very similar to Jesus. Jesus, who was believed, anyway, I don't know what is true, but he was then standing on the water, and I like to, I like to make this connection because the marine water strider, of course, has these special feet, and well, it is possible then he can stand on the water. So first it was a spider who was then inside the water, and then with the stalking, and then the lion microphone talking all the way, all directions. Finally it got crossed by something which was no longer in the water, but was on the water, and standing on the water, and not only standing on the water of the pond, but also standing on the sea. And well, that is of course uh, that is amazing. I mean, that is a marine water strider, but the story then of Jesus' friends was similar. Like, well, and then Jesus was standing on the sea. Well, guess also that story will end then with the marine water strider. And to me, it was important because with this heart, then I conquered. It was possible to win the heart of the jelly, because I was worried about all of us, because it looked like we were kind of stuck in Spain on Friday, and there was a lot of support of the to a lot of people supporting jelly, and that was well, the majority, and I would never probably I was already having problems there, and I would not, and things were not changing, so the future looked not that bright. But now I got the heart, now I won the heart. Yeah, well, then the jelly, uh, and especially then the related donkey, they they had to surrender, kind of surrender, because then I was not what I looked like, and well, everything. I was talking to the jelly today, and everything was clear. Everything was peaceful, and everything was clear. Well, it looks so the problems of Friday, they all seem to have been disappeared. Well, that is like it was like a top meeting, because everything was going like was stuck on that thing, and well, it was not a very special meeting, but somehow it was a very important meeting, like a top meeting, and well. Uh, but so everything looks very bright, and there is peace, and we can go on and there are no problems. There's only solutions. I'm starting to get I'm starting to look like a kind of John Lennon, you know. There is only solutions, and we got to give peace a chance, and we should all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun, and you know these guys. Well, he actually is very admirable. I mean, I see his visions and his words are very strong. You know, they are coming back now to me, and then I see, well, he was doing a great job. But there is well, it's obvious there is a big difference between Lennon and me, because I'm not that kind of superstar, and I will never be. Uh, well, to finish then this vlog, I think I will never be then a superstar like Lennon. And the things I'm talking about, I guess most people, really most people will think that's all nonsense. This guy is completely, this is all nonsense. And well, some then think I'm acting, and then they start to have kind of admiration, because I can act that way. But to me, it is real. And what matters now is, of course, the meeting with the jelly, because I was stuck in my world then on the jelly. And now it looks like this problem is solved, and then the future is bright and there will be peace. But well, that is a glorious moment, but at the same time I feel this peace pact is kind of vulnerable and very weak. It can be, well, you know, some people will say tomorrow he will turn, and it will. There is not. It is not written down like forever, and there was nobody around, and there were no witnesses, and well, it was a peace pact, but it doesn't mean anything, because tomorrow then everything might be different, you know. So that is the situation right here now. Okay.